everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nate.
And we are
Popcorn and Powerups.
Here we are in line at our local Best Buy to get a Switch 2. Nate, are you excited?
Oh, I very much am.
That's right.
I waited until midnight for this. I seriously have to pee.
Same here. We're going to get back to you with our first popcorn episode when we review the Switch 2.
You mean first Power-Ups episode?
Oh my God.
With our first Power-Ups episode.
Our first Power-Ups
Sorry, this guy's
episode.
been up for a while.
It's
He's getting delusional.
late. It's pretty late. I am delusional.
Yeah.
As we review the Switch 2 and whatever game we managed to get for it.
Super Mario Kart World.
Let's hope so.
We better get that one.
Hey everyone, so you just heard that intro. That was me and Nate in line at midnight by a Best Buy because we bought a Nintendo Switch 2. Right, Nate?
Yeah, I missed school the next day. I'm happy
you
about
weren't supposed
that.
to tell him that. One of your teachers listens.
Ruh-roh.
Listeners, that extra voice you heard is my sister, Amanda, Nate's aunt, because we brought her in to chat about the Nintendo Switch 2 because she also got one. Hey, Amanda.
A Nintendo Switch 2. Yes. Hey.
Welcome to Popcorn and Powerups.
Thanks. Oh, I don't get to say it with you guys? We got to do one.
You got to do one, right? So welcome to
Popcorn
and...
Wait, I can't be the first. Wait. Try it again. I can't be the first.
All right. Welcome to Popcorn
and Power-Ups. That was so bad.
We're keeping it in. Listeners,
roll it.
We gotta make that an outtake.
That's an intake.
That's an intake. The first one's the outtake.
So
I can't start.
we are doing a different format today, as you can tell, because we have a remote guest. So Amanda's out of Vermont. So we are recording a Discord call right now. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be hectic.
This is going to be fun.
And most of all,
Mike, the key word is fun.
Fun.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah.
What did Nintendo say? It's going to surprise and delight you all.
It's going to surprise and delight and be hectic like being in the middle of the pack in a Mario Kart World race.
Oh my gosh.
So
a little bit of popcorn.
After this little break, we will get right to our impressions of the Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, so we're back. I figure we'll just kind of chat about the Switch. Maybe we'll talk about, our experience getting the Switch, because Nate and I, as you heard in the intro, we waited in line at midnight like lunatics. And Amanda, you took
jealous, by the way.
Yep, jealous of being up till 2:30 in the morning. But
seriously, I am.
I'm really glad I missed school the next day.
I stayed awake. I stayed awake alongside with you.
I appreciate that. And then, Amanda, you were up until midnight. Were you up until midnight to get a pre-order? Is that how you did it?
Oh yeah. When we however you want to work this, if you want to chat about your experience and I can live vicariously through you, because I'm not gonna lie, I had a little bit of nostalgia that I'm sure will come pouring out.
So you're saying the pre-order online was boring?
It was anticlimactic for me, which is a good thing. I will, if you want me to start off, I can talk about mine.
Okay.
Experience.
Go for it.
Okay.
Do it.
I was waiting for midnight and I had my phone out. I didn't have multiple. I wasn't on, multiple, like the laptop, the iPad, the phone. I just had the phone out. I logged on to the app because I have a Walmart login for a few years now. Same with Best Buy.
Nice.
So I had both of them open.
All your password and your login so we could.
Yeah, exactly. I got my PIN, the 3 numbers on the back. So, and obviously prior to that, just from doing pre-orders in the past with the, I guess, now current gen consoles, I had made sure prior that everything was up to date. So, shipping address, name, the debit card was all up to date. So I logged onto both apps and I essentially just started adding to cart. Best Buy didn't seem to be, I don't think they went live until 12:30. Something funky like that, but I was in line in Walmart, had it in cart almost immediately. But if you remember, Mike especially, and maybe Nate, I don't know if you remember this, but when we were all trying to get the Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5, there were some major issues with online launch.
Yes.
Or pre-orders, I'm sorry. So, and I remember that. I remember adding to cart, the frustration of, oh, it's in your cart. Oh, now it's not in your cart. Or you get through to the cart and you click, buy, and then it says, oh, your card information is wrong. So with Walmart, I had that happen to me twice, but it happened in a row, and I knew that it was correct because I had already checked it. So I kind of figured, oh, we've been through this before. So I just went the third time, got right in the cart with the bundle. And yes, I should have said that I did go for the bundle.
Nice.
Got it right in my cart, got it, clicked buy, immediately went to buy, said, all was well. I forget exactly what it says, but congratulations, you purchased it. And then I got the email verifying it. And I think it was like a day later I checked, and the hold money had gone through the bank account. So I thought, okay, good sign. Meanwhile, once Best Buy was live, I still figured, oh, why not add it to the cart in there? Because you never know. Right. It could, maybe, who knows if it'll work or not. Best Buy, once it went live, I also very smoothly got into a queue, but that's how they did it. They did a virtual queue. And so I was essentially standing in this virtual queue line for, I'd say about 1 a.m. is when I went to bed, and I just shut the app down and said, okay, because once I got in line, I just wanted to see how long it would take, essentially to be able to check out, but I never got to that. So yeah, super smooth and seamless. And if I can continue quickly, I can also, so I can let you know that I was actually pretty apprehensive about Walmart. So they had the whole deliver by 9 a.m. to your home. Yep. I was apprehensive. I live 30 minutes from the closest Walmart. So I was like, really? And I'm talking to my partner, and I was like, I don't know if they're really going to get out here for 9 a.m. Like, I'll be shocked. So I actually asked, I start work at 9:15. I asked work the day before if I could come in. I'm also 30 minutes from there, so 9:30 to 9:45, because I was going to wait until 9. If it wasn't there at 9, I was just going to let them deliver it, see it after work. I woke up in the morning, I checked the Walmart app, and I went to my orders, and this was the coolest part. It said your order's out for delivery, and I hadn't ordered anything for home delivery with Walmart before, just because being 30 minutes out, I didn't know that was a thing. So I checked the app, and you can click on, it told me my driver's name. It told me how many stops he had before me, and you could actually click on the name, and it showed a little car icon on a map of like where they were. But it was so funny. The car was like spinning out in circles, and it was like jumping all over. So it clearly needs work, but it made me chuckle because I was thinking, man, he's speeding all over the place, kind of like Mario Kart, to deliver these.
Now
and
the car was playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, I know. It was just like that. And he was like hitting bananas. So my ETA for delivery said 7:10, and I was like, okay, let's see. He showed up at 7:10 on the dot. It was insane. And he actually told me that he missed my driveway at first, so that was awesome. I gave him a tip just because I was so excited I was outside, and I spoke with a guy very briefly, probably just a couple minutes. I mean, he was definitely busy, but he was so nice. And he works for Spark, which is a Walmart service, and it was awesome. I got the free snacks. I got cheddar cheese, Pringles, and a Coca-Cola that said Jackson on it.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
It was so fun. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, I want to hear your experience though.
Yep. So we'll get into our experience because it was decidedly more exciting. But I did have a question for you, Amanda. So were you like up on the news where people were having their pre-orders and stuff like canceled, like unexpectedly?
I was.
At Walmart. Were you nervous?
I was. Yeah. I've been trying to, this has been kind of a new motto for me. This could be a whole podcast episode on itself, but just to sum it up, and Nate, probably good lesson for you considering you're a specific generation, but I've been trying to stay away from, just social media as far as reviews and hype and, just all of that. I don't really know what you'd call that. So I'm still looking at Reddit, still on Instagram. But I'm just trying not to let it really change my opinions on things or sway me a certain way with this type of stuff. So I was following it all. I did check my email, not compulsively, but I think it was in April that I pre-ordered. April 8th, wasn't that the date, I believe, of the Nintendo Direct?
I think so. Yeah.
So So then the midnight that the pre-orders went live. After that, it was probably every few weeks I would remember, oh, let me go log into the app and see if it's still there, and it always was.
Nice.
So I was really, I don't know if I was lucky or if, since I've been a long time, Walmart app member, if that was helped. But yeah, I did get a little nervous, kept wondering, but not enough that I was, I couldn't live normally.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know there was a couple times because I signed up for, I didn't try for a pre-order that midnight, but I did sign up for like notifications to like, oh, if it's back in stock, you can order kind of thing. And, I forgot to check like my emails to see if I'd gotten notifications. And I did get one from Nintendo saying like, hey, you're still in line, don't worry. But they never gave me a chance to pre-order. But I was like, oh, did I miss the notification? I kept checking and I never got one. So no online pre-order for me.
I actually signed up for that too, that day, but I was at work when I think I was at work when the direct happened, so I wasn't able to, or when pre-orders for that went live, so I wasn't able to sign up then, and I never got the email still to this day. But I don't need it.
Yeah,
we don't need it.
We don't need it. We did get it.
But you have to get to your experience, Nate and Mike. I am dying to hear about it.
All right, absolutely. Let me lead us in, Nate, and then I'll let you jump in a little bit, or you could just interrupt me when the moment feels right. But it started with a lot of texts from you, Amanda, just kind of going back and forth about things, and I'm like, yep, and I'm like, I have to be
there.
Yeah,
I missed the midnight release.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm 41 years old, right, and I work during the week, so I'm like, do I really want to stay up until past midnight to get one of these things? It's just for Mario Kart World, I don't know. And I was waffling on it, and I texted Sammy, and I'm like, I'm kind of thinking about going to the midnight release and taking Nate, and I'll even pull him out of school, and so I ended up, that day was basically when I decided for sure that I was going to do it. So. Oh
wow, you waited. Yep.
I even texted Nate one more time while I was at work, and I'm like, do you want to do it? Will you come with me? And what'd you say? You were into it, Nate?
Hell yeah.
And Nate, very, very quickly, I just want to tell you that I have been to a few midnight releases, both movie and video games, not consoles. And I am so excited to hear how you felt about this. I wasn't quite your age. I'd say I was definitely older, but it is still such a fond memory, and I can remember the movies. I had a midnight release horror movie I saw. I had late night release. Mike, you probably remember these, going to see Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, before you could pre-order your ticket. So you had to show up at the theater. We're talking hours before the showing, just to hope you could get in on the day it aired.
Yep.
So I'm so excited to hear what you thought.
All right. So just to begin with what I was going to say, numerous times I counted the line.
Yeah.
First it was like 27. I kept miscounting, but eventually I got it right.
Yeah. So, Nate, when we pulled up, what were your thoughts? You could see the Best Buy from the car, right? There was a sizable line there.
There was only about like 29 people at the time, and eventually once we got in line, it changed to 31, counting me and you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. We got in the line, and we were just around the corner of the Best Buy, like from the front, so it actually wrapped around the corner a little bit. And so I sent Nate, I'm like, count everybody in line. Let's see how many people are in front of us.
I was like, all right, bet.
Yep.
So yeah. And eventually I played like a bunch of phone games, like Among Us and stuff. And
did you play the Switch?
Yes, I did. I brought my old Switch.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I played a bit. Yeah, so next thing you know, around midnight, some random Best Buy employee comes out.
Hold on, you're already at midnight?
Yeah, how do we go from 8:30 to midnight,
You're skipping
Nate?
a whole lot there, kiddo. So we get
I gotta hear some more.
We get in line, and there's just a group of guys in front of us. They're just chatting. And you're in line for a long enough time, you kind of learn about people a little bit, right? So
what was the age range of everyone there?
That's
and Nate, did you see anyone your age?
No.
Yeah. So
Cool.
Yeah, gamers these days are older.
You
it
may never
seems.
get to experience a midnight release again, so that's
Yeah.
very cool.
No, it was cool, and there was the group of guys in front of us that were probably younger than me, maybe your age, Amanda, maybe a little younger. And there were like three of them that were together, I think, that were like a group, like just buddies, and then a fourth that got in line behind them that just started chatting with them. So they were having
so
a good
fun.
time. Yep, just chatting different games. Well, they mentioned Balatro a couple times, some different
gosh.
Nintendo games. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep, that'll have to be a
Life-
popcorn
please.
episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Power-Ups?
I need to be there.
Oh my god, it's
Please?
a power episode. I don't know why I keep mentioning
Please
that.
don't make it a Power-Ups episode.
That would be a good
That's like
Power-Ups
the only
episode.
thing you guys it's like the only thing you and my mom talk about
Yep.
most of the time. Like,
Spoilers
you guys
for that.
are
When you get older, you will
over
understand.
Balatro.
Yep.
Just know I'm not taking part in the Balatro episode. You can have mom jump in on that.
Nice. Yep. So
Trust
we
me, I'll be playing something.
yeah. So they were chatting about games, and then this lady got in line behind us with her younger son, older than Nate, but not like he was like high school age probably, maybe like a freshman. And then her husband showed up and took over, and I was wearing this retro like Mario shirt, so I had like basically all the like Mario characters from NES were on it with their names under, like Mario, whatever.
Cool.
And the lady looked and she's like, "Oh, I love your shirt." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm retro." And she's like, "That's what I grew up on." I'm like, "Yeah, me too."
Yep.
I'm getting old. But
Getting old, but still in it.
Yep. So those were the people around us. And we had security kind of the police kind of drove around a little bit here and there to check on the line. One of them was like chatting.
That's great.
Yep, chatting with people in line, like, "Oh, who are my Yankee fans over here?" or whatever. It was pretty cool.
I wonder if people can guess the state you're from just based off that.
I mean, we're in the
Or region.
Northeast.
Yeah.
No problem there. So that was pretty cool, right? Anything else you want to cover from the wait in line, Nate?
What games did you play? What were your thoughts? Did you take any naps during that, or were you so excited the whole time?
I tried napping several times, but I could not sleep at all.
Yeah, it's tough to sleep.
Some games that I played were like, I forget the one I played on the Switch. Oh yeah, it was Sonic Forces. We got to do an
fun.
episode on that.
Nice.
And then I played Among Us and this mobile game called We Are Warriors. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Yes, warriors from different time eras.
Yeah, I mean, so that was the vibe. We kept kind of keeping an eye on the line behind us. So, like, I'd say that the line behind us, doubled. So basically there were, just as many people in front of us as there were behind us by the time but by the time everything started going down around midnight. We actually got there. Nate was pretty excited before we left. He was like, "Let's go," and it was 8:00, and I'm like, "Oh, that's too soon. We'll be standing in line for 4 hours or whatever." And we ended up leaving around 8:30, I think it was, or 8:15, and there were already a ton of people. But it was a good experience. The time went by pretty quick.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say that must have been so fun. Just the buzz of everybody in line, all there for the same thing, all the excitement for this midnight release console launch that most of the people in line probably haven't experienced in 15 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So cool. Yep.
Yeah, my first console launch line like that was for the Wii in front of the Toys R Us in Milford that used to be there.
I miss Toys R Us for one, and I was working at Smiles when the Wii came out, and I remember when you brought it home.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace, Toys R Us.
That's right.
So,
Rest in peace, Smiles. If anyone remembers in
Yeah.
Orange
I have no idea what that is.
or Milford,
So,
I
All
mean.
right.
But
So
Nate, you would have loved it. It was a lot
right.
like Fun Spot.
Yeah.
okay. All right. So carrying on.
Yes.
At around midnight, some random Best Buy employee
Oh yeah.
came out. Oh, by the way, one last thing about the wait. I actually asked how many Switch 2s they had.
Yeah, he went into the store.
No idea.
Solo.
That's actually really cool that he did that, though, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because who could deny a little innocent kid? So if they didn't give you a number, they truly didn't know.
Yep, that's what we were saying. I'm like, how could they not tell him?
I think I texted you that, too. I think I said, who could deny him? He's so cute and small. Nate,
Yeah,
did they give
so-
you guys a ticket at all, or was it just the line? Like, no
Just
tickets,
standing
just
in line.
come on in. Yep,
Just
in line.
standing in
Okay.
line.
Yeah.
So, eventually, at midnight, some random Best Buy employee came out and started hyping everyone up
Yep.
so much. Like,
Yep. I've got a
I
video
couldn't wait,
recording
and
of
I
this.
had to
I'll
wait
try
2 hours. I could not wait, and I had to wait 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also have a video
I was gonna
recording of
say,
this.
yeah, we got video of that. So I may try to cut the audio and get that into the podcast right about here.
We're gonna do first the pre-orders. We're gonna let 3 people in for the pre-orders first, get them through, get them out of the building. That's what we're gonna do. And after that is all done, we're gonna do the regular customers that are here to purchase as well. Purchase it, so 3 at a time as well. So I want to let everybody back there know too, if they didn't get the memo, that that's how the rules are gonna go. 3 at a time. All right? Can I get a woo? Woo! We ready for the Nintendo Switch shoe drop? Woo! We ready? Yeah! Are we ready? I want to hear it again. We ready? Let's go! Yeah!
Okay, so
Woo! I hope it was awesome. I wish I was there.
If I got the audio and you just heard it, if not, then sorry.
I still wish I was there.
So midnight
better
comes
put
around,
that
right?
out of-
The hype
out of
man,
blue
the hype man
video.
is hyping up the line, and he's like almost like a professional hype man. He's like he's got like a speaker that he's talking into to
He
amplify
was
his
just
voice.
a Best Buy employee.
Oh, he should have been throwing T-shirts at you guys. T-shirt
Exactly.
cannon
Oh,
guy.
he
Exactly.
so should have. Like, switch to!
And so he,
Yeah.
T-shirt.
So
Yeah.
at that point, like he came to the corner where everybody was so that the entire line could hear him from front to back all the way to the end. So I'm like, all right, they're not going to hype up this line at this point, and not have enough for everybody that's in this line. That would be messed up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that gave me
Yeah.
some confidence that I'm like, okay, they must feel like they have a lot of switches. So they set it up and there were 2 lines, the pre-order line, which was a separate line, and then the non-pre-order line was there too.
How long? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go
How
ahead.
long was that pre-order line?
It was pretty long, but I don't think it was
It
as
was
long
about
as...
the same size as our line.
Okay.
Trust
yeah.
me.
Did
Like, I ran
did mo-
over and looked.
did people start showing up for that like much closer to midnight, or were some people there
Yeah.
pretty early?
There were some grumbling comments from the non-pre-order line that people were getting in the pre-order line at like 11:45. And we
Well, that makes
grumbled.
sense.
Yeah, and it's fine, but we were grumbling because the Best Buy's plan was to clear out the entire pre-order line 3 at a time.
Oh,
And then they got to the
Oh.
regular line. So we had to wait
Oof.
for the entire pre-order line to be processed before our line even started moving.
oof.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
that was the hard part, right, Nate?
Yeah, but strangely, I don't know why, but it's either we all scrunched up, or some people flat out left the line in front of us. Because by the time the pre-order line was done, we were on the curb, like, you and me were on the curb in front of the,
Yeah, that
on
was
the sidewalk in front of
yeah.
the Best Buy.
that was everybody scrunching up. Like we were all spread out or whatever, and then when 12 o'clock
Everybody's
came
ready.
around, everybody was like
Like
yeah,
zombies.
nice. Yeah, let's go.
Switch.
Switch now.
to.
So
They also want to go to bed.
yeah. So they finished the pre-order line after
I had to the
45.
bathroom so bad, and and
Oh, you did.
had to go to bed.
Did they have like a
I got
porta potty
home.
outside, or did they let you go in to go
Nope.
pee?
Nope.
Did they? No.
There were
Not at all.
Oh.
some people were going behind cars and stuff.
That makes
Seriously?
sense. Honestly, I would have too.
I know that.
Like, open up a couple doors, tell people not to come over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Exactly.
that would have made for the most insane porta potty known to man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Imagine the parking lot,
The day after.
sunrise
Whoa.
after. Oh my god, I
Sunrise, I
can
like that.
imagine the smell.
Oh.
I must stink down there. Like, I'm just thinking of like the smell of pee,
Yep. Gross.
especially. Ugh.
Yeah, so they it felt like it took forever, but they processed the pre-order line eventually. And then they came out and they said, all right, we need 10 more minutes to regroup. He said, but don't worry, we have a lot of leftover switches. So everybody was really encouraged at that point.
But the
Good.
thing is, right after they said we need 10 more minutes to regroup, everyone was all like, "Oh, come on!"
Yep. Oh,
Yeah. Crowd groans audibly. Like,
Yeah.
no.
exactly.
I
So-
mean,
After
I
that,
am so happy that you guys got it. If I was to look at my text thread from you both, don't know for sure. I think it was around 2 a.m. that I saw the picture of Nate holding the Switch 2.
Yep, it was about 2 a.m. All right, so they finished the pre-order line, and they came out with what was essentially like a menu, like you might not quite at a restaurant, but it was like basically a checklist. Like you could look and see what they had, like a Switch. You can get the camera, you can get the different games they had on hand. You had all the different accessories, like the carrying case, all that stuff. Like so you could see what and then they were gonna come and they were like, okay, well, what do you want? We'll set it aside so to make the line go by a little bit more efficiently.
cool.
Yep. So we decided I was like waffling back and forth on the camera. I eventually ended up not getting it, and we ended up wanting the Switch, the Nintendo carrying case for the Switch, and then a Pro controller to go with it. But they were out of the Nintendo carrying case by the time we got into the store. So we just got the Switch bundle with Mario Kart and the Pro controller.
Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a good time. I also got the Pro controller, and I think I mentioned I went for the bundle as well. So same exact
Nice.
Yep.
as you.
Yeah, we were going to get the carrying case, but sadly they were out of it.
Yeah.
I would like to get that too. I did not pre-order that with my delivery either.
You know what? I gotta test something after we record this.
Okay. All right.
anyone
What is
gonna
that
ask?
something? What are you testing?
Switch 2 can fit in my Nintendo carrying case.
It cannot. Keep it away.
No way.
It's much bigger.
I actually have the OG Switch right next to me right now in its Zelda carrying case.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
this was the Breath of the Wild carrying case, because actually I had Breath of the Wild on the Wii U.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Ben got it, my partner, on the Switch, and now we just paid for the upgraded version on the Switch 2, which we can talk about when we get there. But this original Switch is so much smaller, like so significant. I do have a first impression I can mention if
Hold
we're
on
going to
one
segue
second.
to that.
So let's that's the perfect. Now we've kind of gone over our experience getting the Switch, the pre-orders, and all that good stuff. I'll just finish up by saying we got home by 2:30 in the morning with our Switch, and I slept for 3 hours and worked the next day. So that was
Wow.
Yep.
Worth it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Meanwhile, I woke up at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
and then
That's pretty early too, though.
And then immediately played on the Switch 2.
Nice. That's a good spot to kind of switch to our impressions of the console itself and what we've been doing to play with it right after these fake ads.
I think the great state of Vermont could help here with a little something called maple syrup. Huh?
Maple syrup.
You guys like
I
that?
love maple syrup. How much are they paying us?
I don't think there's going to be any pay. In fact, you might actually have to work for it. There's a lot of trees back here that need tapping.
Oh my god! For once, it wasn't me that got the one with no pay. Let's go!
No, this is
Let's
worse.
go.
This is
Let's
worse.
go
We
to
have
Vermont and you guys can tap our trees so we can get some maple syrup. We all love it. On
So,
pancakes.
so I'm not getting paid and I have to work for this. All right, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess
And you know
wait.
what? Even worse, you have to go up a lot of hills. A lot of hills back here.
So I guess listeners, what you should do then is get maple syrup.
We're talking backyard maple syrup.
Syrup equals good.
Okay, so we're back, and let's talk about our thoughts on the console itself. Unboxing it, hooking it up, and your experience getting it ready, and then we could talk about playing it.
I love this.
Yep. Here, I'll start. So the unboxing was fun. I did it on 3 hours of sleep the next morning before work.
I was
That's what got you up.
asleep.
Yep,
Hey, you know what I was? I was asleep.
that's right.
I was asleep.
So I popped open the box. It was cool. Got a good look at everything. Laid everything out on the table. Got it all hooked up. That was nice. And then when I fired it up, I realized you could sync your data from another Switch. So I'm like, oh,
so
cool.
now we have all the games that I had on my old Switch on the Switch 2. Yay.
Yeah.
And profiles too.
Yeah. So I synced. So I'm like, all right, let's sync the data. And it's like you need to have your Switch on, hooked up to power first. So I'm like, all right. So I plugged it in, and then it's like put the other Switch next to it. So I did that. I'm like,
Which
let's go.
also needs to
do
be
it.
plugged in.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh. So I brought it over to my computer desk and plugged it into power, and then I realized the other Switch had to get plugged into power. So I did that too. I plugged that one in, but that one you can't plug on the top like with the new plug. So I laid it down. And the other Switch is standing up on its new stand, and it synced everything up, and it was nice. But I was like, man, I wish I had known they both had to be plugged into power, because I probably would have left the other Switch hooked up first, and then because I unhooked it, wrapped up all the cords.
I'll get to that too.
And then,
I will eventually be talking about that too.
So, but once it was all plugged in and syncing, everything was nice. All the profile information went over there. That was really cool. Nate, you slept through all of that. You were lucky.
I think I was dreaming about Olive Garden breadsticks.
Yep, there's an Olive Garden in the parking lot of our Best Buy, so that's why he was thinking.
I was looking at it all enticed because I was getting a little bit hungry, and I was like, breadsticks,
nice.
pasta.
So how was your unboxing and hookup experience, Amanda?
Mine was about the same as yours. Mine was pretty neat. I went out. I saw the guy coming down the driveway. It's a pretty long driveway, so I was so excited, like Christmas morning. I ran outside. I'm like waiting there, kind of jittering, like pacing, and then he comes out, and I greet him with the big wave, and he's actually pretty happy. Everybody else must have done the same.
Nice.
He gives me 2 bags, just Walmart bags, and I was like, oh, cool. Must be my Pro Controller in one, and then the Switch 2 in the other. So I grab it and I feel 2 cylinders, and I'm like, I didn't order anything like cylindrical. What's this? So I go inside, open it up, and that's when the snacks came out, and then a little note that said, thank you. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's so cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I said, like, thank you for using us, or thank you. And it said, have some free snacks on us. So put those to the side. And I took a little box opener or box cutter and cut the tape, because usually I keep every box for some reason, or I used to, but I've already recycled these ones because I'm starting to just try not to hang on to so many empty boxes for everything I've ever purchased. So I opened it up nicely though, just in case. And like you said, the presentation was actually I thought it was really well done. It was really pretty. I didn't take any pictures, but I liked how the Joy-Cons were in their little separate area, and the Switch was in its own area, and everything had a little sleeve on it. I took everything out. The dock, I like the dock personally. I did read a few comments of people talking about they felt the dock was a little flimsy, but where mine is, at least on our entertainment center right now, but even first impression, I thought the dock seemed fine. I like that they kept the little cable management back, like the thing that pops open. I thought that was kind of nice because it just makes it look better on your entertainment center.
Yeah.
So overall impressions of that were just nice presentation in the box, easy to take everything out, relatively easy to set up. So this is where those cords come in handy. So just like you said, I immediately pretty much opened up that beautiful new stand, and I love how much it can move and how like stiff it feels.
Yeah.
So I set it up on the table that way. I put the plug in the top. I plug it right into the wall with the included AC adapter. So I was doing good there. But then it's like, okay, you need to plug in the other Switch, because my Switch was actually dead. We had just gone camping prior to that, I mean, weeks ago, but we had the Switch still in the carrying case packed away, and it was dead. So I go find a charging cable for it, plug it in. It's a USB. Yeah. Unbeknownst to me, you need the AC adapter. So I'm like, as soon as it charges, I'm like, oh, cool. And I go over and I'm trying to sync, just like you did. And then it's like, you need to plug it into the wall. So I go get a USB to wall adapter. Nope, it needs to be the AC adapter. So then I'm like, darn it. So I go over to the original dock. Ben wakes up and he actually unplugs it because he's very good at cable management and has like a really great cable management system. Nice. So he took it out of there. Then I plug it in, and then we were rolling. And I guess the user interface of booting it up and getting it like logged in and started was so smooth. I mean, that's typical Nintendo right there, making everything so user friendly.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I thought it was a really nice experience other than all the freaking AC adapters. I was like, geez, how many of these do I need?
Yeah, definitely
Come on.
2.
Absolutely 2. And full charge if possible.
Nice. Yeah, and that was my thought too. One I forgot to mention on the dock. You were mentioning you liked it, and I do like the dock. There was one thing I wasn't as happy with. In the original Switch, the little backplate on the dock stays connected, and you just pop it open like it flips open, basically, which is nice. And but then if you look at if you have the new dock, the backplate comes completely off, almost like a battery cover, like a big huge. So the whole thing comes off, which I'm not sure I like as much. It's fine. Like, I'm not going to complain about it too much, but like when you get the cables in there and you're trying to pop that thing back on, it might have just been me, but the cable I used, I think it was the HDMI cable I picked, because theirs wasn't long enough, has this little cylinder on the end that like it's just on the end of the wire, so it was kind of tough to tuck it in, and it made it harder to put the backplate back on, but I did get it on eventually. Yeah, I like the original Switch where it stayed connected and it just kind of flips open a little more.
It makes it so you can do it with one hand or have one hand on something else while the other just pops it closed.
Yeah, but that was the only thing that was about the actual like hardware and everything that I didn't really like as much. I like how the Joy-Cons pop in like a magnet. That was cool.
Oh, so satisfying.
Yep. Definitely.
Too, like the little demo that it has you do right away where it says, okay, and this is how you disconnect or like pop them on and disconnect them.
Yep.
I was like, oh, what? That's so cool. It really works. Like, what? I was, for some reason, not expecting it to work, Yeah. I don't know why.
I really, really liked the fact that it was magnetic. Because say you were playing on your Switch 1, it's not docked, and you're like standing. Say you accidentally would press the buttons to take off the Joy-Cons, because those Joy-Cons slide down onto the Switch.
Oh, that's true.
Only the Switch would slide down.
Yeah, so if you press the buttons, you'd be holding the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, the Switch would
just
fall,
Joy-Cons.
shatter. Oh no, my Nintendo Switch is broken.
Yeah. So Nate, your opening, your experience on day one is a little different because you slept through all the hard stuff. So you were the perfect, you're the perfect person to segue us into actually enjoying the Switch and what
impressions holding it, docked, handheld mode, all of the above.
Yeah. So go ahead, Nate. What are your thoughts?
So I'm just gonna talk about the experience of playing Mario Kart World mostly.
Okay.
Because other than the new title game for Switch 2, nothing's really all that different. But
title game as in the Welcome Tour?
Mario Kart World.
Just Mario Kart.
Mario Kart World. Yeah, I get it.
The experience of playing Mario Kart World was a lot of fun. When I first loaded on, the first character that I played as was a Goomba in the Moo Moo Meadows through Bowser's Castle race. It was a lot of fun.
So Nate, you had fun playing with the Switch?
I did.
Nice.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Good. And Nate's actually played it in handheld mode, and he used the Joy-Con controller mount thing. What do they call it?
And the Joy-Cons too.
And the Joy-Con standalone too. So what was your favorite way to play it? With the Pro, the Joy-Cons, in handheld mode?
My favorite way to play it was just with the Joy-Cons.
Just straight up Joy-Cons loose in your hand?
Yeah.
Nice.
Straight up Joy-Cons loose in your hand. And not to mention, if you were playing Mario Kart World with my second favorite one, the handheld Joy-Con controller.
Yeah.
If you were really into it, you'd be able to turn the controller as if you were driving.
Oh, is that right?
It doesn't work, but it's just a fun imagination thing.
Oh, I thought they had. I thought they had a
They have the accessory.
Yeah.
They do have that accessory, the steering wheel.
Oh. Huh.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep, they did it for the Wii as well, remember?
Yep, that's right.
Dan, I didn't see that on the menu thing.
Yeah,
and I looked the entire thing over.
So what are your thoughts playing, using the Switch, Amanda? How have you enjoyed it?
I was just going to say, I don't think either of us mentioned our impressions of the other than unboxing and seeing it. My overall thoughts on the Switch 2 is a little bit underwhelming. I mean, I'm whelmed. I guess we could say I'm very whelmed. I love it. I wanted the Switch 2 at launch. I'm happy I got it at launch. Very happy.
Yep.
Also really happy to see some of the games upgraded to 4K, which I'll get to. But in general, it just feels like a little bit bigger a more premium version of the Switch. So, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it's just kind of its big brother, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just like, oh, well, it's still the exact same. Like, they didn't really change anything, you know? Like, sometimes you get a new iPhone, say, and then they come out with a big update that makes it feel like, even with an older one, like, oh, something's new. Like, something's been new. Yeah. It's the same exact Switch, really. Some changes to the eShop. I embarrassingly always spend a lot of time in the eShop. I don't know why. I guess I just find it very zen to like browse through the eShop and just look at everything. So I've already done that probably like at least an hour or two in there, looking at all the menus. I've held it in handheld, and that's actually my big gripe right now. So with the regular Switch, playing it in handheld, it just feels like it fits my hands better. And by this, I more so mean the Joy-Cons, right? Like when you have it in handheld mode and you have the Joy-Cons attached to it, the original Switch, and I only had the OG Switch, so the very first launch Switch, I still have with the original Joy-Cons, the original Pro, everything. I never had to upgrade it. I never had drift issues. So it's all original.
Nice.
All of that feels like it fits my hands well, but eventually we bought this ergonomic grip, and the ergonomic grip, like the whole Switch with the Joy-Cons slides into it, and then you can hold it without fatigue or like weird, you know, your hands in a weird position. So you can just hold it handheld a lot longer that way.
Nice.
With the Switch 2, I immediately noticed, wow, it's gorgeous. It's so much bigger. I love the size of it. It actually makes me want to play handheld, and I am a almost exclusively docked player.
Yeah.
I just like playing on my big TV. We have one of the, you know, brand new LGs, 4K, 120 hertz, like absolutely stunning TV.
Yep.
And so I play all the consoles pretty much obviously docked, but I'm just not much of a handheld gamer. So that was one of the things I wanted to see first. Oh, well, what's this look like? How does this run? Everything runs awesome, and it looks great. Sounds really good too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just had a little bit of fatigue, and more so, it's only with the right hand. So my left hand, the sticks feel great. Everything feels good. But on the right, it's like where the joystick is in a weird position to then also hit the buttons.
Yeah.
So just a little funky there, but nothing I can't adjust to. And also, like, I'm sure if I'm playing with that for, you know, weeks in a row, if I was to pick up the original Switch again, I'd probably be like, oh, whoa, the original Switch feels weird. I'm sure, actually, that's probably how it would be. But I do want to get one of those aftermarket or Nintendo branded ergonomic grips that basically just adds kind of like a bubble behind the system, behind the Joy-Con, so you can grip it. And I think that'll solve the problem. That was one of my first impressions, and kind of just like a takeaway. And other than that, I booted it up, put it on the TV. We played Mario Kart World, of course. It's the only game we have that's, you know, Switch 2, just like Nate said before.
Yeah.
So that's the only really game to play. Played Grand Prix, played Knockout Tour, which is a blast. Had so much fun with that.
Oh, that's fun.
And played Battle mode, which has 2 modes within that, which is a coin collecting mode, so you just have to collect the most coins, and you can like hit each other with weapons and then knock their coins away, so it's competitive. And then there's the classic battle with balloons, where you just have to drive around and pop everyone's balloons.
Nice.
That was really fun. And then we booted up Breath of the Wild with the upgrade, the $10 upgrade. It's stunning now. Okay. And that's a game I still never beat. Like I said, I had it on the Wii U. Honestly, it actually played pretty decent on the Wii U. Like, I had fun. It's just I got to a point where I got stuck and I was getting like instant killed, and I set it down and then never picked it back up again. So now's the perfect time to pick it back up.
Yeah.
So I started a fresh save, put in probably an hour or 2, and I'm super pumped for that. I checked Animal Crossing. Kind of looks exactly the same, but it's nice to have my save on this new system seamlessly. And I also looked at and played a little bit of Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and that has a free update, and you can tell right away it looks better. It loads immediate. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Nice.
So overall, I mean, impressions are very, very positive, overwhelmingly positive. But like I said, I was just whelmed. I was only whelmed when I took it out and kind of like, oh, it's just a bigger Switch. You know, I was just kind of expecting like, oh, here's a whole new, user interface. Here's, I don't know, something. Because like back when with the Wii U days, and I know I keep bringing that up, but that's like my favorite console.
Wow, you're in the minority. We're gonna get some comments.
That's fine. You can comment away. I still love it. I just love it. I love the gamepad. Oh, that's the other thing. The Switch 2 is closer to the size of the gamepad, which was so comfortable to hold in your hand, or at least I thought it was. But it was also much thicker. It actually had built-in shapes underneath it to like have a grip. It was so good. But there was this really fun thing called the Miiverse back then. And it was on your 3DS. Yeah. And it was like a social networking platform and had so much fun with that. And I was just kind of hoping that they would throw something in like that with the whole new chat feature and everything. Something fun that they didn't show that was kind of like, oh, and by the way, here's this,
Okay, I mean, so those are some good thoughts. For me, Nate already talked a little bit about how he played Mario Kart World a bunch, and all we have right now is Mario Kart World plus all our, old games or whatever. So the only ones, the only one I played is Mario Kart World, and I poked around a little bit on the new Nintendo Online for GameCube, but they only have the 3 games on that, so it wasn't too much going on. But
I did the same, yeah. I actually had a comment about that. Do you have any games you would love to see come to Cube? And the 2 games I would love to see come to Cube would be Mario Kart Double Dash and Luigi's Mansion, because I actually never played Luigi's Mansion on the Cube, and it was a blast on the Switch.
Yeah, I didn't really play much of the GameCube, so I wouldn't really know what to suggest.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so
anything that comes.
Yep, anything that comes, really. But yeah, so we've been doing a lot of Mario Kart World. Nate and I did all the Grand Prix eventually. We raced against each other a bunch of times. And
oh, cool.
This I just gotta say, without getting into spoilers, Nate, this kid gets kind of lucky sometimes. Maybe.
I will say though, also no spoilers, but from playing online with him, he won every time.
He was very good. Yes, he was very good. Right, Nate?
I was in the back of the pack.
Yeah, like, I remember playing Mario Kart 8 on the old Switch. I was trash, and I haven't played that game in a long time. All of a sudden, new Mario Kart game comes out, title game of the Switch 2. I'm goated at it.
I don't know about goated, but yep. So we played a bunch. We played a bunch of that multiplayer. I jumped online and did knockout mode online, which is a blast. It's wild.
It's so erratic.
There's 24 players, and you're like desperately trying to stay in the group that's still active at the end. I think one time my closest call was I was in like 5th going into 4th, I think it was, and I drafted behind a guy and zoomed past him right as we got to the finish line. So I made it to 4th.
Yes.
It was so nice. But I haven't won one yet, so I'm still shooting for that. But it is a lot of fun. And I was actually tonight, right before we recorded this, we jumped online to race with you, and we used the game chat feature for the first time, and it was actually pretty cool to be able to share the screen. I could see what you were doing. The microphone appears to be inside the Switch itself, which it was 5-10 feet away in our entertainment center, and it seemed to pick up the audio just fine, which was really awesome.
No TV sounds either. Didn't hear your TV.
No TV sounds. Sammy could shout it, could talk to you too in the room, so it's almost like it being in a group chat. Nate walked in and was able to start playing and chat with you. It's really cool. It's definitely a little more social, I think, than some of the other chat options out there like Xbox and PlayStation and what they do. It just feels a little more like you're it's closer to couch co-op that way, kind of, to me.
Yeah. I felt like, at first I was like, oh, pretty typical for Nintendo. It doesn't seem like when we were first trying to figure out how to join an online game together. I was like, oh, classic. It's still not, it could be way better. But then with just the chat option, like, it was so easy. You just hit the chat button. You obviously have to go through that thing where you enable chat.
Yes. Yeah.
But you go through, you hit the button, you just choose the person online that you want to join a chat with, or persons, and it was that easy. And then I actually loved this, how you could go to the settings, hit the chat button, go to the settings. You can make the screen bigger, like your chat boxes could be smaller, so your main game is bigger, or you could just completely get rid of it while keeping the chat up, and then it still told you who was speaking in the corner.
Yeah.
So I found that, like, was actually done really well. And then also leaving the chat was so easy because on like Xbox, like when we play on Xbox, I'm always like, all right, bye guys. And then I'm like, crap, how the heck do I get out of this thing again? Yeah. Like, there's always that awkwardness. This was just hit that chat button and you just hit the leave. It was so easy. I actually thought, oh, for once, the other guy, like the other guys, could learn a thing or two from Nintendo.
That would be great if they had that button. I kind of want that button.
The button
on the Xbox
was cool.
Controller now.
No, yeah, like I was thinking, oh, when they announced with the what's that C button, and it was like chat, I was like, oh, but now I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah,
yep.
That was smart. But no, overall, even just with the one game, like I've been trying to think, like I'm probably gonna fire up, one of the Legend of Zelda games. I do have Breath of the Wild that I played a few hours in, then got like distracted at one point, so I never got back to it. So maybe grabbing the update.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do the update. It's absolutely worth it, and it looks stunning. I mean, Ben and I were like, this looks like a PlayStation 5 game. Like, it looks very good. And again, we have a really awesome TV for this, but it looked so good.
Nice. So we'll have to look at that. Yeah. So I definitely want another game. I wish they had more first-party stuff out to kind of start us off, but Mario Kart World is enough fun, I think, where it'll hold me over for a good while. So I'm
Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out soon. Nice. And I'm also considering getting that welcome tour just for like a little, the one thing we didn't talk about, probably because neither of us seems to have used it, is the mouse mode thing. Oh yeah. And so the only time I used it was during setup. This is how you disconnect the Joy-Con. And oh, by the way, if you just point it downward it's now a mouse. Like, it's that easy. And I was pretty blown away by how seamless that works. You don't have to put it into mouse mode. It just knows. And so I think I might get that welcome tour. I mean, I kind of told when I saw it, I was like, oh, you have to pay for this thing? Like, wasn't Wii Sports free when you got the Wii? Yeah, that was free.
It was either free or a pack-in like Mario Kart World was.
Yeah. So whichever it was, if they build it in, even if you do pay for it when you buy the console, it's kind of like, oh, well, if it's a $10 purchase when you buy it, I kind of think of it as like, oh, it's sunk cost. You don't really think of it. Yeah. Paying $10 for it after the fact to download it on seems kind of like, do I really want to do that just to like kind of get a tutorial of what to do? But the more I'm kind of thinking about it, and like I said, I was on the eShop. I watched the little video again, which was the same one that they showed from the Direct. And I was thinking, you know what? Maybe this would show me a little more about the mouse mode. And it does look like it has some demos and mini games. And for $10, it might just be fun because something to do.
I mean, Astrobot for PlayStation was. I'm not talking about the new game that came out. Just the
pack-in,
the tech demo stuff that they do.
Yeah, the tech demo. Yeah, yes. They included tech demo.
Yeah, exactly. Nate, you did that, right?
Yeah, it beat like the entire game. The final boss. Well, we'll get to that one later.
Yeah.
Like an entire other episode
on Astro's Playroom. I don't know, but I think that was free for like the new tech, like the VR had it and stuff.
Yeah.
So I just can't bring myself to pay for the same thing for Nintendo. I don't know. Maybe if you do pay for it and it's got some really fun games, let me know. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to reward them with more money for making that a paid thing.
After like how expensive the console is. But honestly, after putting it in handheld mode, we went to Best Buy today and we were just poking around on the Logitech handheld that they had, and the ROG Ally and whatever. And so we were kind of holding them, and honestly, the Switch is really good. The Switch 2 seems. I'm not a tech person, you know that. I'm not like, oh, I know all the specs about hardware, but just looking at it, feeling it, it really feels like, oh, this is why it was $500, because in handheld mode, this thing is buttery, silky smooth.
Nice. Very good. So why don't we wind down by just kind of giving like a number, putting everything in a little scale out of 10. Our general rating on the Switch. You can take into account whatever you want, the experience buying it, the pre-order, whatever, everything we talked about. Just bundle that all up into an overall number. And I'll start. So let me go ahead and give this like a rating. Taking into account everything, I think I'm going to give the overall experience from the waiting in line all night, kind of with Nate, getting the game, feeling out the Switch, the Pro Controller, everything. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it would have been up in the 9.5s if I had maybe two other really good first-party games, like a Mario game or something. you know,
Oh,
new
yeah,
game
I
to
would-
play.
yeah.
Mario Odyssey 2.
Yeah, something like
Right.
that would have taken it right into the 9.5s. The experience with Nate waiting in line was like a life memory. You know what I mean? I'm gonna remember that
Yeah.
forever. So I can't.
And so is Nate.
yeah.
Inside Out.
Yep, exactly. It was like a core memory. So I'm really happy with it. No regrets. Everything's fun. I'm having a blast with Mario Kart. I had a great time racing with you tonight, Amanda. I mean, it's going to be fun. I think it's a great console.
Oh yeah, and it finally makes playing with your friends something you want to do. And I don't mean that in the past, oh, I don't want to play with my friends. It's just with the old Switch and just Nintendo's, how they do online play. It was cumbersome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Playing with friends tonight, like doing that tonight was like, oh, this definitely changes things that like my rating essentially too.
Nate, why don't you?
Nate, you want to go
why don't
next?
Go next, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go next. Solid 9.5 out of 10.
Wow, nice.
It needs,
Oh, you're high on it.
Yeah.
It needs like Mario Odyssey 2. Like, it needs a game like that because Mario Odyssey cooked
Yeah.
with it. It absolutely cooked. That
That it
game was
did.
fire.
Sure.
Like,
So for
Something
your
like that.
9.5, what are you factoring in? Just the overall system as a whole, like all of it?
Yeah, most of it. It's really smooth. I haven't tried out the mouse mode yet, but
Yeah.
like it's got so many cool features. I love it. Overall, I love the Nintendo Switch 2. 9.5 out of 10.
Nice.
And just for quick, what is both of your ratings on the Switch after owning it for so long?
Oh, good question.
9.5
Yeah.
out of 10.
I would give that
Okay,
one.
so you
You're already saying that.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the 9.5 on that too. When you think of the Switch, that's I'm
Right.
thinking of like being stuck in the house in the pandemic and spending hours with Sammy just playing Animal Crossing on our shared island, Tetris 99.
playing. I was just gonna say Tetris 99.
Oh my God. No, that was a fun console. I really love
Yeah.
it. I'm expecting the Switch 2 to probably make its way up there by the time it's done too. So we'll see how that goes.
Right, I agree. Yeah. My rating is, I hate to be boring and just echo your rating, Mike, but the first number that popped into my head was also 8.5.
Yeah.
I maybe between an 8 and a 9. It really just depends. I think same what's to come. My gripe with the original Switch was, again, I had the Wii U, so almost every game that came out for the Switch the first year to 2 years, I think, was a port, and I had already played those games, and they were awesome games. But I didn't want to give Nintendo the same, like, basically pay $50 or $60 for the same game I already paid that much for on a console that I actually loved because it had the gamepad, which essentially is what the Switch is.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like the Switch, I think, just had better marketing. I really feel like the Switch is the Wii U too,
Sure.
But because some games you could even play on the gamepad, you just couldn't take it remotely too far from the console. So in your home, you could actually port the game to the gamepad. Anyway, this isn't a Wii U review, but it could be. But I think I'm gonna have to settle on an 8.5 because I don't know if that number is going to necessarily go up because for me, I'd say the Switch is also an 8.5 or a 9. But that's admittedly, again, I play things in docked mode most of the time. So most games that I'm playing are actually on Xbox, PlayStation 5. And that being said, when Nintendo makes a great game, it's a phenomenal game. And I love to play those games. But again, I'm playing it docked. So I was kind of like, oh, I really just want to get that system that, I want to play 4K. I want to play these games 60 frames per second. So I think the Switch 2 is going to do all that. Well, it should do all that. It is doing all that. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to see what comes. Just kind of like you said, I think, especially with the Cube on, like the virtual consoles with the Cube, it would be really cool if they do some of those tournament style games like Tetris 99. Maybe they can come up with something that would be a little more intense that the Switch 2 can do.
Tetris, they go up one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they just go up to 100.
We
I
got
like that.
100 now.
Yeah. It's just going to be interesting.
Slightly different.
There's so much that they could do. with this new hardware. So I just can't wait to see what's coming with it, just like usual. But again, it's just probably going to be a wait because the games that I already have a lot of the games that Nintendo themselves recommend you play on the Switch too. It's like, oh, well, I already have those and I'm not going to pay $10 to upgrade every single one of these games because a lot of them I've already beaten.
Yeah. All right. Well.
But yeah, so that's that.
Great thoughts. Very good.
When are we having the Wii U? When are we gonna have the Wii U review? Huh?
You can.
I gotta
you can
spread the
host a
love for this
solo on
console. I'm one of the only ones.
Yeah, you can host a solo podcast on that one.
I should.
Okay, so that was our thoughts, Popcorn and Powerups thoughts on the Switch 2 from the ordering experience. Getting the Switch 2 all the way through unboxing it and playing it. Everybody's pretty high on it, but we're kind of cautious, waiting to see where Nintendo takes it. So thanks everyone for tuning in and listening to our thoughts on the Switch 2. Thanks Nate, and thanks Amanda for joining us from Vermont.
It was my pleasure. It was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
Hey, our pleasure.
Yep. And so until next time, listeners, we are Popcorn and
Power-Ups. I started it first again. You guys. We gotta worry. We suck.
This is not
You wanna
work
try
over
again?
Discord, everyone. Thanks so
try
much
it.
for listening, listeners.